What's up, people? It's clear that Crapgamer is an Xbox fanboy. It's clear that I'm a PlayStation fanboy, but unlike me, Crapgamer likes to lie and complain and be a bitch all over the internet because things aren't going how he wants them to. Now, he's claiming that the biggest letdowns of this generation so far have all been centered around the PS4, and we all know this isn't true. So I'm just going to go through a list of all the biggest disappointments from both sides this generation so far, and we'll see how that turns out. So let's start from the beginning. I mean, the Xbox One reveal, they focused on media over games, TV, football, voice controls, all took precedence over actual video games. Now this is specifically the reason why I and a lot of other gamers refused to buy an Xbox One at launch. The second thing, and keep in mind these aren't in any order or anything like that, so just bear with me, but the resolution gate, issues with lack of power and bottlenecking resources due to the ESRAM just led to a consistency of inferior graphics throughout the entire generation so far on the Xbox One. A disappointment for those guys. Next, Kinect. I mean, this is a device they invested so much time and money into, yet no one seems to want it. It serves little to no purpose when it actually comes to gaming. It's a device basically used to spy on people, so companies can litter their consoles with specific types of advertisements that they're more likely to click on. I mean, Microsoft boasted that this camera is so powerful that it can read your heartbeat. I mean, is that supposed to be a selling point? I mean, who really gives a damn if it can read a heartbeat? I mean, how does that benefit me or help me in any way? I mean, maybe if there was something exciting enough on the Xbox One to give someone a heart attack and the Kinect was there like beeping or something like that, then I'd be like, okay, cool, this thing has a built-in heart attack warning for, you know, any senior citizens who want to play Kinect Sports or whatever. I mean, okay, anyway, enough with Kinect. On to the next thing. That's games, okay? Straight up games. It has yet to release an exclusive game rated in the 90s. Even highly anticipated games like Sunset Overdrive and Titanfall quickly forgotten about after they launched. Master Chief Collection, oh boy. Launched broken and remains broken to this day as far as I know, making it quite possibly the most unplayable game ever released. I mean, they went through an 8-month dry spell with no exclusive releases at retail. They're getting severely beaten in terms of third-party exclusivity deals, and I already did mention the graphics and performance of most third-party games are in favor of the PS4 as well. So just a lot of disappointments there. Next, what about the interface? The user interface. It's inferior to its predecessor. Now, the UI of the Xbox One is not as user-friendly, not as convenient, not as fluid as the PS4, or even the 10-year-old Xbox 360 for that matter. In fact, the UI of the Xbox One was so bad that they had to make a new one, in which I've seen a bunch of people on the preview program complaining about the new UI as well. I mean, if you want to talk about disappointments and stuff, like, you know where to look. After that, you got the lack of virtual reality on Xbox One. Now, PS4 has a huge hype train going right now with PlayStation VR. PC gamers have the Oculus Rift to look forward to. Microsoft has nothing for the Xbox One. I mean, they're trying to include the Oculus Rift in with the Xbox One, but I mean, without native VR support, it's pretty much pointless. So, I mean, this is a hype train that Xbox fans are being forced to watch fly by them. Another big disappointment, this is a big one. It's losing the COD deal. It's my personal firm belief that the only reason the Xbox 360 did as well as it did last gen is mainly due to the COD deal. I mean, Call of Duty was the biggest game of the 7th generation, and with a timed exclusivity deal, as well as the majority of MLG and esports licensing on their side, people were flocking to Xbox to play Call of Duty. With the 8th generation, you know, when it started, people were pretty clear which console was more powerful and better priced. However, there were still millions of people who chose to play on Xbox because they had hopes and dreams of being pro Call of Duty players, or they just really liked getting DLC before everyone else. Either way, Microsoft let it go, threw that all away, basically allowing Sony to swoop in and pick it up for the PS4. Now, people spent money on their consoles, their headsets, expensive custom controllers, Xbox Live memberships, and whatever else they invested into, all for Microsoft to just come out and say, meh, we don't want to keep the COD deal anymore. So for a lot of people, I mean, this was easily the biggest disappointment of this generation so far. Another big disappointment is the sales. I know fanboys hate talking about sales, but let's be real. The PS4 is crushing Xbox One, and there's nothing they can do about it. There really isn't much else to say about it, but if I were an Xbox fanboy like Crapgamer, I'd probably be pretty disappointed that the competition between the two rivaling consoles isn't even close. Another big disappointment, and they'll never admit this, Xbox fanboys will never admit this, but a big disappointment is the cloud. Okay, it was promised to bring power to the Xbox One. It was promised to make the console amazing. So far, all we've seen is some AI enemies in a multiplayer game and a fully destructible city that really, honestly, was not that impressive at all. But that's the cloud power we were promised. That's what it gets us. Some AI and some debris. I guess that's money well spent. More disappointments, the dedicated servers. I mean, people like dedicated servers, and for the most part, they do help with multiplayer gaming. But when Microsoft boasted about having 300,000 servers waiting to host online games for Xbox One, the fans went nuts and ate it up like it was the be-all, end-all of online gaming. However, the Xbox One is still riddled with connection issues, matchmaking problems, online lag, and pretty much everything else that goes with the territory. These servers did not do fuck all to help anybody. The price was a huge disappointment. With inferior hardware, it launched at $100 more than its direct competition. Sure, the price is lower now, but after everything else I just listed in this video, the console still isn't worth buying for most people. It's still overpriced, even at $350. I mean, I could probably go on. There's other things I can say, but as you can see, there's quite a lot of pretty big disappointments and letdowns surrounding the Xbox One so far this generation, and hey, I like to be fair, so let's go over some of the disappointments that surround the PS4 of this generation so far. Seriously, honestly, there isn't much. PlayStation gamers have been loving this generation so far. The biggest disappointments were Drive Club launching with broken multiplayer, the lack of the free PS Plus version of Drive Club for 7 months, and all of the game delays that we've had to put up with, Drive Club being one of them, the Order 1886 being another, and Uncharted 4 as well. That's pretty much it though. That's basically where the disappointments with the PS4 end, because just about everything else that's happened regarding the PS4 so far has made the console better or shown that it is superior to the competition. Now it makes sense that Crapgamer would be disappointed in this gaming generation as a diehard Xbox fanboy, but instead of coming to terms with reality, he chooses to lie to himself and to others and chooses to dwell on these things. Anyways, my point has been proven. I'm done with this video. On a completely unrelated note, I have a new weekly series starting on my channel on Monday. I'm not going to announce it here on this video of what it is, but I'll probably drop a hint or maybe reveal it sometime tomorrow on Twitter, so make sure you guys are following me there. Also, if you like this video or found it entertaining in any way, then you should definitely click the like button and subscribe if you aren't already. But that's it for me for now. I'm Vile Self. Later, villains.